Hey everyone, Techne here, and yes, the title says it all. We have found the perfect gaming mouse, and that mouse is the Razer Deathadder Elite. Yeah, I got the Destiny version here because, I'm a Destiny fan, so I thought it'd be pretty cool. Also, plus it doesn't have that green box, it won't interfere with the green screen like the Lancet review, right? But this one might, and this is going to be the giveaway. The Razer Deathadder Elite. It's just the black version, and honestly, I wish I would have got the black version too. As much as I love Destiny and everything, it's just kind of, I don't know, it kind of makes me feel like I'm closed into one game. I think the black version is a little bit cooler, and that will be the giveaway. So stay tuned. I don't know, will I talk about it in the middle of the video or the end of the video? I don't know, you're gonna have to watch the whole thing. But anyways, a couple things I'd like to point out before we actually get cracking into this guy here. I just want to let you know, like, I really tested this guy out, put it through a serious rigmarole, right? I mean, it's always been plugged in my desk since, I don't know, maybe around mouse number 2 or 3, it's always been there, and it's been so nice that I've always reverted back to it. No matter what other mouse I've been using, I'm like, man, I just want to use the Deathadder. No matter what it was, even if I had, like, we've tested some fantastic mice here, guys, right? From the Logitech, the Fanatic, I mean, just so many fantastic, the Corsairs, right? So many cozy, quality mice here. And I always found myself going, man, I just want to use a Deathadder. It's just my hand's so cozy. And believe it or not, my wife, too. Like, every time I had her test all these mice and just kind of put them in her hand and feel them out and everything, and she always go, I like that one best. I like that one the best. Always pointing at the Deathadder, And the other thing I want to cover here too, just before people start picking it apart and saying, oh man, that's not the perfect gaming mouse. Come on, what are you thinking? You know what I mean? Again, throughout all of this, I mean, we're testing with my hands here, right? Which are medium to large hands, right? So it may vary just a little bit per person, but I really feel like the Deathadder would fit across the board. If you got really tiny hands, I think maybe it will be a little bit big, but I think across the board, I think it's going to be very cozy in any hand. One other thing I also wanted to cover too, just to clarify, while I was going through this whole hunt for the perfect gaming mouse, I've tried to keep the mouse around $50 range, because I think, in my opinion, I think that would make it a perfect mouse, right? I mean, who wants to go off and spend $120 on a mouse? Not me. I think that $50 range, if you're just looking at that, watching the review, like, oh man, it looks like a pretty cool mouse, let me go ahead and scoop it up. If you're talking about $120, $150 mouse, kind of like, I don't know, you know what I mean? The other thing is also I tried to keep it to a mouse that's easily available, right? That pretty much the majority of us will be able to find at your local retail shop or whatever, and you just go there and scoop it up. Nothing that you're going to have to go off and search online and say, oh man, where can I actually find this thing? All right, and for our weight, we're checking it at 3.50 ounces and 99 grams. Alright, now for a quick gameplay test. We're going to do it in Destiny 2, because why not? As these guys get all the enemies, so there's no one for me to shoot. I can punch that guy, I guess. That's perfect, though, because, these side buttons are just... Let me show you real quick here while I'm running. The side buttons, they're big. They're just... they're right there. It's so nice. The clicks feel good. The responsiveness is perfect. The little grooves in the fingers kind of keep your fingers right there for you. It's just, I'm telling you, it's fantastic. Alright, so right here we're going to talk about the Razer software. And right off the bat, under Customize, we have our mouse selected right here where you can adjust all your buttons. And right here you have profiles where you can save whatever profiles you want, which will save your RGB, your lighting that you have chose, and your sensitivity, and your button configuration that you choose. Now, no onboard memory on this mouse, which is a bummer, but not a deal breaker. All right, as far as performance, you can adjust your DPI in increments of 100, and then you have your acceleration down there. Now over here, you're going to have configure sensitivity stages. You click on that, and you're going to have 5 different stages you can choose, and you're going to be able to customize each of these to whichever you desire if you use these, and you can adjust it to 2 to 5 right there. But this is all going to be adjusted by the DPI button on the mouse. As you can see on the right hand side of the screen right there, as I click the DPI up or down, it's cool because it shows you right on your screen right there. So there's no light indicator like some other mice have. It's just right on the screen, which is really cool, so you always know what setting you're on. I love that. So now we're over here to lighting. As you see, you got scroll wheel and logo as your RGB lights on the mouse, and you have your effects right here from stacked, breathing, reactive, cycle, and all that stuff. Choose a preset color or a custom color, and again, this is the same for both. You can adjust the logo to a different color and the scroll wheel to a different color, or right down here you can link zones, which is what I do, and it makes them both whatever you choose for that right there. And then, of course, your brightness down here. I keep it on normal. When you get it to bright, I mean, the thing really shines. I mean, it's pretty sharp RGB. It's really nice. Over here, you have your calibration, which is just for your mats or your lift-off range and all of that. Now, a couple things about this mouse that I'd like to talk about. And sorry I can't showcase the regular black one. It gets real weird with the green screen back there. So it's the boxes. Let me show you. See? It goes with the green screen. Now, a couple things I'd like to cover on the Deathadder here. When you're reading reviews out there thinking about purchasing the Deathadder, the main thing you're probably reading is this mouse is jumbo. Like, it is extremely large and only for large hands. And I gotta disagree with that. Maybe I'd class it in a medium to large, but I think even if you have small, now not tiny, but even if you have small hands, I think this thing will just be like an absolute glove for you. Like, I'd say I got medium to larger hands, and it's pretty dang perfect. Like, it's right there, you know what I mean? And I think even if you have small hands, because you can get that. Now, if you have small hands and you get the claw, maybe the hump might get in your way a little bit when you get on the claw. But even my wife with medium hands, like I said, she swore up and down. Every single one I tested, she kept going, no, I like that one with the Deathadder again, you know what I mean? But it is bigger, but it's not extremely large, you know? And as far as the weight, it checked in at 99. It doesn't really feel like it's right at that 100 mark, but it's like the perfect weight. It's like right in between. Not too heavy, not too light. I mean, it's right there, you know what I mean? And the biggest kicker that I think why I kept going back to this, and this is where you may differ, you know? But do you see the shape? We've got our hump right here, right? And then it comes out a little bit right on the back here, right? That back there, how it's going to sit right into your hand, and it gives you this right there on your palm. It gives that little rest right there. And it is just beyond perfect. Secondly is the side buttons. I mean, look at those guys. Nice and big, right? Really nice side buttons. Now, a couple other points why I class this as the perfect gaming mouse. We're going to cover 3 points since we're in this view right here. So number one, you see the gap from the base to the buttons up there? So you're not like reaching down like with, which one was that? The SteelSeries Rival? So with this guy, like, I mean, you get your hand on here if you're palming, and your fingers just go right there and rest. I mean, it's just perfect. Your fingers don't stretch down, so you're not straining up here on your knuckles or anything. It's right there. It's just perfectly cozy. And I think, again, that'll go for all hand sizes, not just my hands, you know, because your fingers just go there and rest right there. Second thing we want to cover right here in this view is the grooves, the finger grooves in the buttons right there, which are just perfect. And this was probably the hardest thing for me to get used to. Right? Because, I mean, some other mice, they kind of had a little groove on the outside that just kind of caught my finger, but nothing like this where my finger really sat into right there. And even on this camera, I don't think it gives it justice. But once you get it in your hands and you put your fingers in there, it's kind of, I wouldn't say it positions your fingers in a certain position, but it kind of holds you in right into those areas. You know, you can't get on the outside or you're pretty much just right there, you know. So that was probably the hardest for me to get used to. And it was a little weird at first, honestly, but after I started using it constantly, wow, I mean, it's phenomenal. Any mouse without them just felt just weird, which, you know, I don't know, maybe I just got used to this one or whatever, but it felt good. Not just weird, but it felt good, right? It felt like it fit perfect, you know? Third thing I want to point out while we're here is the scroll wheel. And you can hear it right there. It sounds like every other scroll wheel. But the thing I want to point out is, again, this is the thing the SteelSeries had going on it. Like, it's right there. Like, you don't necessarily have to lift up your fingers. Like some of the mice we've tested, the scroll wheel's raised up quite a bit, right? And this is minor. Again, you guys are probably thinking like, gee whiz, man, really? But seriously, like, if you're right there, you can just pretty much roll your finger onto it rather than having to lift it up. It sits really low in there. As you can see on the bottom, you have some nice sliding pads, and then around the sensor as well, so it glides just beautifully across your mouse pad. And the braided cable is just perfect as well. It's not super light, you know, where it's feeling cheap, and it's not extremely heavy, you know. It's perfect, you know. It's right there. Now I'm going to bring you in for one more shot right here. And we're going to talk about the side grips. You can see it looks like real bumpy and groovy right there. You really don't even notice it whenever you're playing. It's pretty dang perfect. Now, again, you want me to nitpick and pull it apart? What I would request or what I would like on this mouse, and I really feel like the Destiny model really emphasizes the curves, so you guys can truly see the curves and lines on this mouse, right? So, but anyways, as you're seeing those curves, again, this is me nitpicking and maybe just throwing out a request. I would love it if the entire side was covered with this grip. Now, again, it's not bad because it's right there where my grip is, right? And then on the other side, my thumb is right there. So, I mean, they know what they're doing, right? I mean, it's in the perfect spot. And you read online that people say these things peel off, this, that, and the other. I don't know. I've used this mouse for hours and hours now, you know, and it's been perfectly fine, you know. Now, again, I can't stress how nice this mouse is. Like, I truly believe, even if you have smaller hands, I think it's still going to fit you, like, perfectly. I think it's going to be amazing. Medium to large hands, again, it's going to be perfect. It's just such a comfortable fit, such a quality build, nice minimal RGB. In my opinion, like you guys know, I'm not a big RGB guy, but it's all around perfect. Great build, so comfortable. Please, like, just try this mouse. Don't listen to any negative reviews out there or anything. Please give this mouse a shot. I think you'll be incredibly surprised. So now, what you all have been sitting here waiting for, right? The old giveaway, right? And that's right, this is it, the Razer Deathadder Elite. It's the black version, and man, this thing is a absolute beaut. Like, I want to go buy the all black version for myself now, you know what I mean? It is just gorgeous. So how the perfect gaming mouse will work, right? Number one, you got to be subscribed, right? So if you haven't subscribed, go on and smash that subscribe button right now, right? Number two, what I want everyone to do is in the comments, short and sweet, just list your favorite gaming mouse, right? Okay, let's say you don't game and you just get into it and you're just using a basic mouse. You don't know what your favorite one is. Just put down whatever mouse you're using right now or whatever work mouse you're using, because I still think that this mouse, it doesn't have that crazy gamer look or anything like that, right? Just put whatever mouse you're currently using, whatever mouse you like, work mouse, gamer mouse, whatever, preferably gamer mouse, because I just like to hear. Put it in the comments. That's it. Just put it right there. And then what I'm going to do is I will get all of those comments out of there, everybody's name, and what we're going to do is make a recap video of all of the mice we've done and kind of rate them down to, hey, what was our favorites and why. Just a short and sweet, just kind of recap it up. And we'll announce the winner there. But like I said, I'll get all of the names off there, and we'll draw the winning name out of there. The drawing will take place on March 1st. I know that may sound like a little while, but as you all can tell, I'm not a very big channel or anything like that. So I want to give everyone a fair amount of time to come across the video and really see it and kind of understand how the giveaway is going to work. So everyone has a fair chance, right? That gives about a week and a half or something like that. But I mean, I had so much fun with this hunt for the perfect gaming mouse. Thank you all for sticking with me through it. I hope you all had as much fun as I did. It was a real blast. And I think I'm going to do some more of these in the future. It's not mice, but maybe like, I don't know, the perfect gaming headset around $50. Don't be thinking I'm going to be spending $300 on the Astros or anything. You know, we'll probably do a giveaway along with that as well. It was just fun. It was really cool testing them out and interacting with you guys in the videos as we were going through. Truly a blast. I mean, I highly appreciate you guys sticking with me. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this one. Again, I highly appreciate it. I really do. If you liked it, hit that thumbs up and subscribe for some future videos. And hey, I'll catch you in a recap on March 1st. All right, bye now.